Supernatural Season 13, Episode 21, Beat the Devil. So this episode was definitely pretty intense. I thought it was really good just in general, kind of going throughout. It's like, all right, they have their allies. They, have their Archangel Grace a tiny little bit, which I love the jokes they made there. And we have our trio. We have Sam, Dean, and Cass, and then, plus Gabriel. They all go on to the Apocalypse Dimension, and it was actually really cool. It was a really good episode. And it's like, all right, so they've gone on their journey. They, of course, beforehand had to get Lucifer because Gabriel was kind of running on E pretty much. So they go, they kidnap Lucifer, and they're draining him so that they can keep the rift open. Of course, he ends up messing with Rowena, and she kind of messes with him back. But unfortunately, him getting mad is actually what he needed, because that's what always gives him like that extra little power boost. So he's able to break free. Of course, she's able to survive that as well, and she ends up, blowing him into the rift. So it's like, well, crap. She decides she's gonna stay. We don't really see what happens after that, so I'm sure we'll see it, in the next episode. But she decides to stick around, and then we have, of course, our group kind of going through. They run into this duo as they're being attacked by, vampires, which we find out that apparently when vampires don't get to eat, they get like super crazy. Like they get crazy teeth, they get like the pointy ears. It's kind of like classic style. So thought that was really cool. That kind of added to the lore a little bit. So they're like just in caves. They killed off like 7 people or something like that. So it's like, all right, well, you guys come with us. We're all going to the same location. We'll get you through safely. Sadly, that doesn't necessarily happen. So lose one character, the guy, he ends up dying. And then Sam gets bit, and I was like, okay, I don't really know where this is headed, because of course, Sam and Dean, they die left and right. So I was like, all right, he was bit in the neck, and it was like, all right, well, obviously with him being super crazy, he's not going to turn into a vampire. It's not just like, oh, it was a bite. It's like they kind of ripped his neck out, and he was squirting blood. So I'm like, all right, interesting. I don't know where this is headed, but obviously he has to come back, because they will never officially kill them. That's just how it works. So I'm like, I don't really see what's gonna happen here at first, because I'm like, I wasn't thinking about the Lucifer thing with him actually finding him, because it was a bit of a fluke. But of course he does, and we find out that the reason he even had enough juice to bring Sam back anyway is because he found some other angels, and he ate them, as he put it. So brings Sam back. He's holding off the vampires, and it's like, all right, so we can have our little deal here. You have a relationship with my son. That's what I want too. Just help me get there. Just help me get to my son, or I can just, make this whole revival thing an absolute waste. Let these vampires go free, and, you'll die again. So, of course, Sam decides that he's going to kind of team up with Lucifer a little bit, so they make it there, and I don't know where we're headed in this next episode. Like, they have their whole bout coming up again with, Lucifer versus Michael. But it's just like, all right, we'll see what happens. It's Lucifer. So, yeah, I would assume he's going to turn on them the second he gets a chance. And it's hard to tell how he's going to play it, because it's like he wants that relationship with his son. So he's smart enough to know, considering he's Lucifer, he's smart enough to know he can't just kill off Sam, Dean, Mary, and Cass. Maybe he could Gabriel, because Jack doesn't really know him, but he probably won't do that either. And it's just like, now they're kind of just stuck, because he's powerful enough to kill everyone, and he will if they try to get away. But they're in this weird middle ground where it's like, well, we don't want to die. We also want to escape and, get back. But we also want to take out this other version of Michael before he's able to figure out how to get to our dimension. So a lot of little layers to this unfortunate union that they have going on. So I'm definitely excited. If I remember right, we do only have 2 episodes left. So the next one is going to lead into the season finale. So I'm definitely excited for that. But all in all, definitely a good episode. I'm really curious what they're going to end up doing with Rowena, with her kind of being trapped on the other side. And it's like, well, I gotta find some way to keep this thing open, which I would assume she'd be fine, because they have like a ton of grace. Like when they first did it, they had like that little vial, and that held for 24 hours. I was like, she should have legitimately no problems whatsoever. I think the only thing they had to do, it was like to have something from the other side, which technically if she just hopped over and hopped back, once again, no issues. But looking forward to these next 2 episodes. But of course, would love to know what you guys thought about this one. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, least favorite parts about it. And of course, with this unfortunate union happening, I would love to know your predictions, how things are going to play out with Lucifer kind of joining the team, and him trying to, bond with Jack, but also work with everybody so that they can actually kill off Michael. So it should be interesting. I think it'll work up until the finale, and then all bets are kind of off there. Like, you just never really know what's gonna happen with the finale. And then of course it's Lucifer, so it's like, do are they gonna kill Michael and they're able to officially trap Lucifer? Because they had him trapped before, and it was like, well, of course, with Mary being there, they had to get him back somehow. So it's just like there are a million questions as to how this is gonna end. But for now, would love to know your predictions on how things are going to work out with Lucifer kind of joining the team for the next 2 episodes. And of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general, so please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.